You'll love that! Download our app today and enjoy tackle-busting benefits with great odds, more markets and same-game multi every NRL match at Palmerbet. Gamble responsibly. For Gamblers' Help, call 1-800-858-858.
Welcome everyone to episode 395 of Fergo and The Freak. I'm your host, the Glorious League Freak. Today we have a very special podcast. We ask that if you are under the age of 25 that you switch off right now because this is an adults only edition of Fergo and The Freak. This is going to become an annual thing that we do, and I have two very special guests that I'm going to introduce. And I think that it's probably best if I introduce our first guest, first time on the podcast. Her name is Jayme. She is a Roosters fan. Hello, Jayme. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Did you listen to our last edition of this podcast, by the way?
No, I didn't. I deliberately didn't listen to it
Good,
because I didn't want to.
I'm so happy about that because you probably wouldn't have come on. And our other guest has been on many times. We've called her Katie before. We've called her Jayme before. I did consider calling both of these ladies tonight Jayme, but I knew that that would be hilarious and also confusing. So we're calling our next guest Jay. Hello, Jay.
Hey, sup?
What have you been up to?
Working.
Yeah? Licking chowder off your T-shirt?
Yeah, it was tasty.
Yeah, I bet it was. Now, today...
And I burped just as you started the intro, so I was like, oh, shit. I hope we're not going to have to do that again.
So, no, we're keeping everything now. Tonight we are recording our very special podcast. It is the NRL edition of Fuck, Marry and Dump. Now, normally it's fuck, marry, kill, but we don't kill people on this podcast. We just dump them, and that's a general dumping. It's not dumping their body into the ocean or anything, so no one needs to be upset. We're going to go through each team. We're going to hear who both Jayme and Jay have selected on their fuck, marry and dump lists, and we're going to have conversations about it. And what our two contestants don't know is that, first of all, I'm going to pick a winner.
What?
Yeah, I'm picking a winner. Sucked in.
Oh,
You didn't know
no.
that, did you?
What?
And,
what? Like,
yeah,
what?
What constitutes, like...
I don't understand how it can be a contest.
I tell you how it works. Because it's my podcast and I'm picking a winner. All right? So we're going to pick up. And each round we're going to do one random question that I make up on the spot about who you've selected.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I love? I love how you said that you won't do this, but as it goes through, you kind of expose yourself for who you would.
What do you mean who I would?
Marry, fuck or dump.
How?
Because you're always like, why'd you choose him? Why didn't you choose him? And it's like, we see.
Okay. Yeah,
Read between the lines.
Yeah, because last night we were having a conversation in direct messages about they wanted me to do a list as well, but knew that I wouldn't do the list because I'm me, right? And I'm just not into that sort of thing. So then we started talking about what other lists I could put together. Many of them we can't even talk about on the podcast, I'm sorry. But, we tried. So, but I am open to any questions that you both have. I think that's only fair, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the fans want. That's what everybody wants to hear.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do this from the bottom of the NRL ladder to the top, just so I can emphasise the fact that the Panthers are the best team in the competition.
Oh, no. I actually had them listed in top to bottom. That's how I put them in the end. Yeah, so I've got the Panthers ready to go. I've just scrolled down.
Okay, wait. Okay. You're our new guest here. How would you like to do it?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with going through the bottom. I'd rather... does that mean we talk about the Panthers more?
You're fine going through the bottom? Okay.
It's my first time. You're already straight on me.
Oh, it's your first.
Lube up.
Say these things.
Lube up, for fuck's sake.
Jeez. Okay. So we'll start.
I'm fine with the Bulldogs.
We'll start in the bottom then, and we'll go through team by team. I've actually made a coin for this episode on one side we have Jayme. On the other side we have Jayme. So Jayme, you pick.
I pick Jayme.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. And you go first. How good's that?
Yeah.
All right. So,
okay.
Bulldogs. Okay. You'll choose your fuck, and then we'll go to Jay for her fuck, and then we'll do it that way.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So it's going to be
okay.
Okay. So Jayme, first pick in the NRL 2022 fuck, marry, kill list. Who do you fuck from the Canterbury Bulldogs?
I would fuck Josh Jackson.
Okay. Now, can you give us a reason why you would fuck Josh Jackson?
I don't know. I just like that he's tough. I think he's a leader on the field and he's pretty hot.
Okay. And Jay, who would you fuck from the Canterbury Bulldogs?
Penga Jr.
Tavita Pangai Jr. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Why would you pick him?
Because I like people that look like him.
Okay. Former Panther as well. I get it.
For a minute.
Hey, that was a pretty good minute. And let me tell you, a good minute is important. Now, who would, Jayme, we're going back to you, who would be your marry from the Bulldogs?
You're gonna love this if what you said last time is anything to go by. I'd marry Matt Burton.
Well, you know, young dude, former Panther, premiership winner.
That's the only reason. That's
just for the premiership ring.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like good night.
Would you wear his premiership ring?
Of course.
Nice. What if okay, here's the thing. What if Matt Burton gets down on one knee and he gives you yeah, I know, right? And he gives you the premiership ring as the engagement ring.
That would be actually huge from a footy player.
It would, huh?
I'm for it, yeah.
I'm
saying yes.
I know how to.
Twice.
I know, right? I know how to romance a chick. That's what it is. Now, Jay, who would you marry from the Bulldogs?
Well, I think that it's pretty obvious who I'd marry from the Bulldogs. My favourite Bulldog, Hetherington.
Oh, Jack
Hetherington?
Mm.
Is that because he'd be at home most of the time because he's always suspended?
Oi, justice for Jack. Get out.
By the way, another former Panther. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, no.
Mountain boys love mountain women.
Oh, shit, yeah. Okay, so now we're to the real thing, the real deal. Who do we dump? So, Jayme, who are you dumping from the Bulldogs?
Oh, Paul Vaughan.
Why
He's
Paul
gone.
Vaughan?
Oh, I forgot that he was even on the team.
Hang on a second. Are you going to rearrange your team now?
No, it's still a former St. George player, so they can go hang out together.
Who?
Dufty.
Okay, so
really?
you're dumping Dufty.
Mm.
Okay. So he's getting rid of the St. George boys.
They can fuck off and have a barbecue somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say they can barbecue together. Okay, so I put together a list of questions that I was going to ask. Let me pull up the questions. I should have done this pre-show. Hey, it would have been really good. I only wrote down 4 questions, so after we get past 4 teams, they're going to get really dodgy really quickly, all right?
That's all good.
Okay, so here's the question for both of you.
Okay.
What is the favourite body part of your fuck players?
You want to go first?
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to his body.
Oh, what a load of shit. As if you haven't.
That's usually, that's the criteria, right?
Okay, yeah. That's the whole point. Okay,
well,
let me put it...
I haven't paid enough attention. He's all over good.
Okay, let me put it in more simpler terms for you, Jay. If you could suckle any part of his body...
Oh, his big toe, of course. No,
okay. All right, Katoni, calm down.
No, I'm very into shoulders and thighs. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the same for you, Jayme?
Yeah, I was going to say shoulders.
Shoulders and thighs.
He's got good biceps as well, Joshy.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we're on to the next team. The next team is the lowly West Tigers. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a a difficult one for you or not, because there's a lot of average players in this team, and I don't know how that affects your selections. So we're going to start with you now, Jay. So, Jay, who would you fuck out of the West Tigers?
Boy, you know what's so funny? I'd fuck Dane Laurie, and it's funnier because he wore a Panthers jersey last year.
Yeah. It's really clear what's going on.
Jesus Christ.
This is...
There's almost a player, like almost every team that I've chosen has someone who played for Panthers, almost.
It's because we're the best club in the competition, that's why. Jayme, who would be the person that you would fuck from the West Tigers?
I would fuck Luke Garner. I just think he's cute.
I'm almost certain I saw that the Panthers are negotiating.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Look, if they're attracted to people from Penrith, I get it. Okay. I mean, we're fucking spectacular. Okay, Jayme, who would you marry from the West Tigers?
Back to me, I'd marry Adam Dewey.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yay.
Okay. So
I wonder how many we're going to have in common.
I'm betting there's a lot, but seeing as this is the first one, here's the first random question I'm going to chuck up that's off the top of my head. You both have to fight for the death for the right to marry him, okay? What weapon that does not include explosive cartridges or bullets or anything do you pick up? Is it a knife? Is it a baseball bat? Is it a garden hoe? Is it a like anything? Are you fist fighting? Are you using brass knuckles?
I'm just going to steal her asthma popper.
Oh, yeah, that's me done.
And run.
Oh.
There's going to be cardio involved. Okay, what would be your strategy for that, Jayme?
I'm guessing I'm taller than Jayme, so I'm going to say I'm going to hold her away at arm's length. I think that might work.
You're going to use your reach.
Block her a little bit from the puffer, yeah.
I like that. And obviously this would all happen in like a jelly wrestling pool, you know.
Oh, naturally.
We'll get this set
Of
up.
course.
Yeah. Now, Jay, who would you dump from
I would dump Nofaluma, because if I upset him, he'd throw it up on social media.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, didn't you see that time that I think he didn't get put in the team, and he
I don't follow
passive aggressive.
I don't follow players on social media.
I follow people who follow people like players on social media.
Okay.
Like they're all so obsessed.
That's true.
Like I have so many people on my list, like who will like show screenshots of stories from players and their partners and stuff like that. So
I find nothing more boring than a player's partner, hey?
Oh, yeah. They're also white, brown and beige.
Yeah, you were showing me that. I think we talked about that a couple of episodes ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, Jayme, who would you dump from the West?
David Nofaluma. Same.
Okay.
Snap.
So we're shooting him into the sun. Not a bad choice.
Yeah. For the same reasons as well. He had he wasn't happy about some comments made around where he falls in the pecking order for the top wingers. Mm-hmm. And, fragile ego. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
She puts it so much better than me.
What? What did you say?
You say it's so much better than me. I'm like, yeah, he's a whinger. What a fuck with you.
I'm like you. My vocabulary is pretty big, but when I go to engage it, I just go to the basic words. So I'm like, oh, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on to the Brisbane Broncos here. Now, the Broncos... Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay, now the Brisbane Broncos, I tipped them to finish in the top 5 at the end of the year. I've still got some hope, but they're in 14th position, and I'm not happy about that. Now, Jayme, can you tell us who you would fuck out of the Brisbane Broncos lineup?
This is hilarious considering a conversation that we had not long ago. But I'd fuck Jordan Ricky.
Jordan Ricky.
Oh my god, I forgot about him. He's so hot.
He is hot. But who
But
did
in
you
some
say he
photos,
looks like?
like Lurch from the old Adams
That's
family.
right.
Would you? I had to self-censor myself then. Would you want him to say "who rang" like Lurch during the act?
No. Oh, maybe once, but like
Just
not in
once.
bed or anything like that.
No. Oh, so you wouldn't be like, look, I need you to say it if I'm going to finish here. Come on, man.
Well,
So
that's what we're talking about right now. So that's what I was like.
it's all right. That's fine. Now, Jay, who would you fuck from the Brisbane Broncos?
Corey Oates.
Corey Oates. Why Corey Oates?
Because he's just my type. He's tall
Oh,
and he's a little bit goofy.
mhm.
And that's just what I'm into. Tall, goofy, athletic.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. Now,
It reminds me of a guy that lost his virginity to me when I was a bit younger.
who would that be?
Oh, sentimental.
I shouldn't talk.
No, don't name who it was. Where did it happen? What car were
It
you
happened in my bed.
in your bed?
Yeah.
Wow. Was there anyone else home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some
His
people.
brother married my sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's your brother-in-law.
He was, but he died in a car accident.
Oh man, you had to bring that in, didn't you? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That just dumped the whole. episode.
But I really like Corey Oates because he reminds me of him.
Oh, that's very sweet, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's cute.
Okay. Okay. So now, Jay, who would you marry from the Brisbane Broncos?
Well, I just found out today that he's going to play for the Brisbane Broncos tomorrow. Martin.
Tamari Martin.
Oh, damn it. That's a good one.
It's a good comeback story for him.
I only just
absolutely.
I've loved him since I first saw him playing. So
Former Penrith Panther. Now, Jayme, who would you marry from the Brisbane Broncos?
I picked Herbie Farnworth, but I'm spewing now just hearing that because I probably would have picked the same.
we can share. We can sister wife.
Oh, yeah. Are we doing some polygamy action here, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
Okay. Because the
good.
other thing is, Herbie Farnworth, he's a pom.
That's true. Very good point. I did not think about that. I was more worried about his age, but he's 22, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's legal. He's legal even in America.
No, isn't the thing? Isn't it something like half your age and then 7 years you add to it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have heard that.
I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. Yeah. So.
I don't know. As long as they can read at a 4th grade level.
Jesus Christ.
That's from a movie. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what sort of porn you've been watching, but whatever. Okay, now, Jayme,
Yeah.
who would be your dump from the Brisbane Broncos?
Albert Kelly.
Why Albert Kelly? Is it because he
he's
steps
a
on shoes?
pest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a pest. I'm just like, it's just the footage that's sort of come out. And like, again, like that's not, I feel bad when that happens to the players. But when you carry on like that, yeah, not attractive.
Me and Jay, we analysed that video for about 20 minutes, and all we talked about was a tap that we saw in the video.
A
Yeah.
tap.
It wasn't even a tap.
I'm gonna have to go and watch it now. I wasn't talking about that video,
No, it
by the way. I
wasn't
was
a
talking
tap.
about the abuse at Macca's a couple of years ago in the
I
UK.
haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay. He also played for Hull KR, so that's pretty dodgy.
True.
Now, Jay, who would you dump from the Brisbane Broncos?
I would dump Katoni Staggs.
Hmm?
Even though I don't hate him per se, but I just don't like the way I've heard that he treats women. So
Okay.
I wouldn't want him.
Okay.
I wouldn't want him.
Now, here's the random question. It turns out the players that you were going to marry are furries.
Oh,
Do you still marry them?
nah, I'm out.
You're out.
I wasn't
Very-
I wasn't
You didn't
convinced
really
on
like
Herbie
your-
to begin with.
You didn't like it to begin with. Oi,
Yeah.
I'm still married to Murray Martin.
You're still
Yeah.
furry married to Murray Martin.
Yeah,
Even
I don't give a shit.
Okay. All right. So one says yes to furries, the other says no.
Yeah,
All right. Now,
there you go.
our next team that we're moving on to are the St. George Illawarra Dragons. This
Where are we?
this could be a rough one. I'm going to go to you first, Jayme. I'm going to ask you, out of the entire St. George Illawarra Dragons lineup, which player would you fuck?
I would fuck Zach Lomax.
Oh man! And is it
That-
just because you like the way that his mounting style that he
Oh
shows?
my god. It's because she likes the way he will, like, imitate his coach in bed.
Oh no, yeah, I forgot about that.
Wait a minute, what am I missing here?
You don't watch Matty John's show, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Loser.
He did. They were on a segment, and he was imitating his coach.
Okay.
So
So you
to talk dirty to her like that.
Yeah, you need to. It's something that you might need to watch to really understand how.
was he talking like Anthony Griffin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny. I get it now. Jay, who would you fuck from the St. George?
Jack Bird.
Why Jack Bird? Don't you
Oh.
think that he'd get injured halfway through?
Even if he did, if he pulled a him, I'd be like, just leave it. I'll do the work. It's all good.
Respect.
Sound like a keeper.
You know
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
One time I actually dislocated my hip during.
You dislocated your hip mid.
Yeah, because I dislocate very easy, so it popped out and popped back in.
That's no good. Then you got to pick someone else. The two of you aren't going to be able to get anything done.
We'll figure it out.
point.
He's so hot. He's
What-
so hot. I'd figure it out.
When you dislocated your hip mid intercourse, did you stop?
It kind of like jolts ya. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to stop for a sec, but it popped back in.
Yeah.
I didn't stop for as long as he does for a freaking cramp in the foot.
What the hell's he doing with his feet if he's cramping in his feet?
Oh,
Anyway,
I
don't
don't know. I
answer.
have no idea. Ask him.
Yeah,
You
don't
and
answer.
him know each other. You can ask him.
I got to say, if I dislocated a chick's hip while having sex, I would let everyone know about it. I'd be like, dude, and then I dislocated a hip, hey.
Yeah, bragging point.
That's terrible.
If you just, the thing is though, if you just say that, it doesn't really, it kind of doesn't come out, I don't think, how you'd want it to.
Probably not, yeah.
And it sounds like a lie if you try to talk yourself up about it.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, one day if I ever have sex, I'll find out how it works. Now, Jay, who would you marry from the St. George Illawarra Dragons?
Ben Hunt.
Why Ben Hunt?
Because I have seen stuff that people on my friend list have posted from his cute little family, and he looks like such a good husband and family man.
That's so lovely. And how about you, Jayme? Who would you marry?
Same, and the same reason why he just seems like such a sweetheart.
Oh, that's lovely.
I hope we have the same dump.
Yeah, we're
I
going to
think
do
we
that.
will.
Okay, dump. So I feel like it's going to be the same dump. Let's just all not get fired, okay? Jayme, who would you dump from the St. George Illawarra Dragons?
Jack DeBellin.
Same.
And Jay, yeah, okay. That's fair enough.
And we don't want to get done for defamation of character.
No. He likes
He
to.
seems like a nice guy.
If it's not his game. Now, the marry guy, Ben Hunt, he's going to marry it, okay? It's all on. It's all happening, your wedding day's coming up and stuff. I'm going to start with you, Jayme. Would you lick his teeth directly after a match?
Oh, fucking hell.
Lick his what?
Teeth!
His teeth.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You know what? Ugh.
That
his teeth like in his mouth.
Just
I
a
mean,
straight lick of the teeth. Like, there's no, like, this is not in a kiss. Like, I don't, like...
You know what? I hate the fact, like, I cannot handle mouth cards. Just the fact that they put them behind their ears, they shove them in their socks. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No,
Here's the scenario. He walks off the field. Okay, he's just played State of Origin. He's just one man of the match off the bench.
No, because he plays for Queensland. I don't give a fuck what he does.
He's just lost. He's definitely just lost.
Yeah, he takes his mouth guard out and he shoves it in his sock. And then he just rolls his upper lip up and he just comes at you and he's just like, go on, sweetheart, you know what I love. And so there's none of that happening.
Nah. Not keen.
I think he's both a couple of weirdos.
I'd rather share tomorrow, Martin, with Jayme than do that.
So would I, actually.
Listen, stop saying stuff that's too hot. Okay, now we're on to the Canberra Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jay, from the Canberra Raiders lineup, what?
I've got to find them.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, you got your list?
Yeah.
Okay. From the Canberra Raiders lineup, who would you fuck?
Jamal Fogarty.
Okay. Jayme, who would you fuck from the Canberra Raiders?
I would fuck Joseph Tarpany.
Oh, okay.
He's so hot, eh?
He is, yeah.
He's an absolute dreamboat, yeah.
He really is. He's so good.
I feel like his other half would tweet about that or Instagram about it.
I don't care.
Jayme, who would you marry from the...
I'd marry Chance Nickel Cookstar.
Even after he cut his hair off?
Yeah, because it can grow back. That's fine.
Look, I know you like dudes with long hair. Okay, we've discussed this. Jay?
Who would I marry?
Yeah, who would you marry?
Joseph Tarpany, so I could fuck him whenever I want.
So can you do that? Is that against the rules?
No.
I know, because you pick different. Okay, it's all right. So that's all right. Okay. Now, Jay, who would you dump from the Canberra Raiders?
I would dump Adam Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both agreeing on Adam Elliott.
Yeah. No, I had picked someone different, but I anticipated this. Jordan Rapiner.
Oh yeah, he can get the bin with Adam.
Why Jordan Rapiner?
I just think he's such a grub, and I don't like his I just don't like his on-field personality. No idea what he's like off-field, but that's all I have to go off. So
he reminds me of Michael Hancock, the way he plays the game, except he's not as good.
No.
Okay, the next team. Just got to find it. The next team is the Newcastle Knights. Some big news out of Newcastle. Callum Ponga's dad signed a 5-year deal with the club today.
How ridiculous is that?
I know, it's a bit weird.
If my dad was all up in my shit as a grown adult, I'd be like, Dad, fuck off. Just because you didn't do anything with your life, don't try to hijack mine. And I'm not saying that about his dad. I'm saying that about my dad. I don't know what his dad's like, but that's how I'd be.
I just think you've got to, and I really should talk about this on a normal podcast, but you've got to separate all your financial affairs into many different people, and they all need to check and double check each other's work, and that's the way that you really should do it. But that's for another time. So anyway,
I think I get so weirded out when players are like, I don't know what's happening there. My manager's dealing with that or whatever. I'm like, you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Like, I work and I still deal with my finances, you fucking nugget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, regarding media, though, it's the easiest way to deflect.
Yeah, that's a good
then
point.
Then talk about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I would just tell the media to fuck off, but I'd get in trouble a lot. Jayme, from the Newcastle Knights, who would you fuck?
Oh, I've actually got two names with like a thing. So I'm going to go Callum Ponga.
Okay, who was the other name, just out of interest?
I had Anari Tuala.
Okay. So I don't know if we're allowed one random spit roasting.
Nah, I wouldn't choose them. No. If you're going to throw that in, no, leave it for later. I wouldn't choose them.
Oh.
Well, if I have to answer a question, come on.
Okay. All right, so from now on, you're allowed to pick one random spit roasting.
No. Allowed means that I can choose not to, so we'll see how brave I get when it comes up.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Jay, who would you fuck?
Johns.
Jack Johns? Why Jack Johns?
Because he's cute.
Yeah.
It doesn't, one night stand, why not?
I guess that's a good point. So, who would you marry, Jay, from the Newcastle Knights?
Daniel Saifidi.
Oh, really? And why's that?
I don't know if you've noticed the theme, but I like people that look like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about you,
find
Jay?
that specific
I find him
twin,
attractive.
though. There's two of them.
Well, because I barely noticed that Jacob exists.
Oh, fair enough. So it's like maybe on talent as well.
No, I don't know.
Let's do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, does it come down to one of them is a bit better than the other, and that's why they get the nod?
Yeah, probably. Because I like Brett Morris more than I like Josh.
Yeah.
And I say that I find him more attractive, and Quinn's like, they're twins. I'm like, no, but I think Brett's more attractive.
Yeah. I get it.
So, Jayme, who would you marry?
I would marry Heimel Hunt.
Okay. Now, is there a reason you chose Heimel Hunt?
Yeah, he's really cute with his little family, and they've got dogs and stuff. And I just remember a really heartwarming video that was posted when he came home from Queensland from the bubble. Mm-hmm. So he seems like a nice guy. He's cute.
That's quite lovely, actually.
I like that.
To marry lists, there's three categories right now. There's I'm marrying them so I can fuck them constantly. There's I'm marrying them because, they've got some talent, or I'm marrying them because they just seem lovely and sweet,
Yeah.
Now, Jayme, who are you dumping from the Newcastle Knights?
Mitch Barnett, he's gone.
I think he's gone anyway, too. I think he's off to the New Zealand Warriors.
He is. He is off to the Warriors.
Okay. I can't argue with that. He that stupid thing he did to get suspended.
Yeah.
Terrible. That was dumb, eh?
So dumb.
The thing is, though, I say yeah to that, but I'm sure there are other guys on this list who do similar things that I'm giving a pass to. So I just think in general, if you're going to be in headlines too often, it's just too much drama as well. No, thank you.
Yeah. Jay, who are you dumping?
It's a toss-up. I couldn't break this because I really don't like Barnett. But I also think that I don't want to date someone or be around someone who gets all the accolades for doing fuck all. So Ponga's got to go.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because he's off the field more than he's on, but he runs around across the field and everyone's, oh my God, he's amazing. I'm like, why? Everyone does that.
But is that his fault though? You're choosing to dump him based on what other people are doing.
No, I just don't like him.
There we go.
Or his strawberry thick shake or whatever the fuck flavour it was. He seems like an arrogant tool. And I wouldn't want his dad all up in our shit constantly.
True.
Yeah, would he need a permission slip to do stuff?
There's 50 things, 50 reasons why he's got to go and none why he's got to stay.
Perfect time for a random insertion of a question. You meet your dump guy, and he's the nicest guy you've ever met. Plus, he looks like a Galapagos turtle when he drops his pants. Do you change your mind?
No,
I don't.
No?
No.
Okay.
I'm not attracted to Mitchie, so we can be friends if he turns out to be a nice dude, and I'll hook him up with someone who is keen on the other business you mentioned.
The other business.
I couldn't remember exactly what you said, but I was just like,
I said he looks like a Galapagos turtle when he drops his pants.
That's right. Put on a Tinder profile.
Okay. We're up to the Gold Coast Titans. For everyone listening, you can now do your line. Now, we'll start with you, Jayme. Jayme, out of the entire Gold Coast Titans NRL Rugby League lineup, who would you fuck?
This is a hard one because
That's what she said.
I would fuck AJ Brimson.
Okay, now is there a reason you chose AJ Brimson to fuck?
Yeah, because I wanted to marry the other guy more. So
Okay.
AJ's cute. I think he'd be fun.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's a completely acceptable answer. Jay, who would you fuck out of the Gold Coast?
I'd fuck Tino.
Yeah.
Tino Fasamala Aui.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I wouldn't marry him because of the things that I've said to you guys in chat that I shouldn't say on here
You would?
about what he looks like.
I can't remember what that is, but now I'm going to have to scroll back through our conversation.
I'll just write it to you, but I don't want to get sued, so I don't want to say it.
Okay. Oh, no. I think I know what you... Yeah, I remember what you said now. Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. But you would still take him within your body, is what you're saying.
I would, but I wouldn't invite him into my house.
Hang on. Hang on a second. So this guy can't come into your house, but he can come elsewhere if he wants.
Yeah.
Wow.
As long as my wallet is secured.
Without further context, oh my gosh.
As long as your wallet's secured, look, you can call it whatever you want. Your wallet, whatever. All right. Jay.
Yes.
Who would you marry? From
Corey
the Gold Coast?
Thompson.
Corey Thompson. Now,
Oh yeah.
Corey Thompson, former West Tiger. Why Corey Thompson?
Oh, I just like him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like in a partner someone who, when you're doing stupid shit, will be like, you're being a fucking idiot. And that's what he was like when he didn't get past that ball. He was like, you fucking dumb cunt.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that I like that kind of thing when they call you out on being stupid.
Okay.
Keep you honest.
Yeah.
And
It's funny though.
sorry.
The thing about Corey that pops into my head is they did a mic during the play. They were miking up guys on the sideline for the Titans, and he was just eating the whole time.
That's
Every
my
time
kind
they
of
panned back
person
throughout
too.
the game, he had
Really?
something different. Yeah, it was so funny.
that is pretty fun. So, Jayme, who would you marry?
Yeah. I'd marry Isaac Liu.
Now, why Isaac Liu?
Just because he was at the Roosters for over a decade, and I got to know his off-field personality. He's a really sweet, humble guy, and yeah, what more could you want in a husband?
That's actually really nice. You're
She's
saying
way too nice, isn't
yeah,
she?
you're very sweet, Jayme. I got to say.
It's marriage, guys. Come on.
I thought that you were supposed to marry somebody that slowly but surely breaks you down over many years until you hate life. That's what I thought. Isn't that how I run?
That probably actually sounds about right. Yeah, I'm an optimist.
Yeah, I get it. Jayme, who would you dump from the Gold Coast Titans?
Jared Wallace.
Yes.
Yeah. We've got consensus.
Yeah.
And why
He
Jared?
just seems like a fuckhead.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree. I wouldn't
He's
say
got
that
nice eyes.
exactly, but yeah, he does. Yeah.
I don't pick up on the fuckhead thing. Is this like female intuition?
Is it? I don't know. For me, I've just seen him. Like, there are specific incidences that I just remember. I'm like,
He tries to do
You're like-
slide dirty things all the time.
yeah,
And then tries to act innocent about it. It's like, if you're going to
Innocent,
be a dirtbag, be a
just own
dirtbag.
it. Yeah.
Look, that's my philosophy. Okay, now we're on to the New Zealand Warriors, who are actually based on the Sunshine Coast up there. Jay,
Mhm.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
From everyone that's on the New Zealand Warriors lineup, who would you fuck?
Dallin.
Dallin Watini-Zelezniak, another
Yeah.
former Panther.
Yeah, I know. It's just becoming ridiculous, eh?
I know. I think he's got broken fingers. That might be a problem.
Use the other hand.
Yeah, that's a good point. God gave him a spare. Jayme, who would you fuck from the New Zealand Warriors?
Cody Nikorima.
Okay. Now, is there a reason for your selection?
I just think he's hot.
Yeah.
And again, some wholesome stuff that I've seen. So yeah.
So hang on, this is the fuck list now, though.
Yeah, I know, but you still want to fuck a nice guy too, if you can. Do you know what I mean? He's good looking and okay guy. It's great.
Just for the record, no, I don't know what it means to fuck a nice guy. Okay.
Me neither.
Okay, Jayme, we're going to stick with you now. Who are you marrying from the New Zealand Warriors?
Shaun Johnson.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is this because he's about to retire and he can spend time cleaning the gutters and stuff at home pretty soon?
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's got everything, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whole package. He's probably my favourite on the list of all of this.
Wow.
Oh, there's probably one more ahead, but yeah.
I can guess who that is, but
I think I know who that other player is too, and it might be somebody. Jay, would it be somebody you and me talked about the first time we met?
No.
Okay.
I think he'll be on the list, but not in that position.
Okay. Because because there was somebody, me and Jay, when we first met, and it was
I'm thinking of the right person.
Yeah, you're thinking of the right person. You basically sat there. We talked for 5 minutes, and you were telling me.
And I had love hearts in my eyes.
Yeah, and you would love hearts in your eyes without doubt, but saying just the graphic things you would do.
Yeah. He'll be on her list, but I don't think he'll be in the marry spot.
Okay. So then, Jay, here's the thing. Who would you marry from the New Zealand Warriors?
Shaun Johnson.
Oh, he's both the same one. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, who would you dump?
It's a tie between Fanua Blake and Matt Lodge.
Same. I've got the exact same. Yeah.
Because one abuses everyone and one abuses women. So.
Okay. That's pretty succinct and straight to the point. Now we're on to the last year's runner-up in the premiership. They lost the grand final, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Very proud club, been around since 2002. Jay, who would you fuck from the South Sydney Rabbitohs?
Jai Arrow with the mullet.
Mullet to Jai Arrow. Now, does that change if he shaves the mullet off?
No, it doesn't change, but I prefer with the mullet.
Okay. And Jayme, who would be your fuck from the Rabbitohs?
Look, this one I feel a little bit peer pressured into, to be honest. But when I look at the list, I couldn't really have anyone else over him. I'd fuck Cameron Murray.
But I don't think you found him attractive.
I don't, but he's a nice guy and he's so talented. So it's like, yeah.
Who peer pressured you into fucking Cameron Murray?
Everybody. He's the sexiest guy in league, hottest guy in league, whatever you want to call it, apparently.
No, he is not.
Oh, look, just like on the back of that, though, what I will say is that obviously attraction is subjective.
Yeah.
So technically, if anyone tried to tell me that I was wrong, that's like impossible because it's not a matter of opinion. It's not for debate. It's my thing. You can't tell me that I'm wrong about what I want.
We could get you drunk first.
Yeah,
and
there
then
you go.
Okay.
Look, he's not. I don't think he's ugly. I think he's good looking, and I can understand why he's everybody's favorite. But he does nothing for me. I look at him and nothing happens. But because he's a nice guy and he's so talented, and I think if I had a few drinks and was chatting with him, something could happen. And to be honest, looking at their roster, I wouldn't really want it to happen with anyone else. So, yeah.
I think Rabbitohs was like the hardest.
It was the hardest for me too, for obvious reasons.
Okay. Now,
Sorry, I got a bit passionate on that one.
No, that's all right. You made a very good defence that why you have chosen Cameron Murray to fuck.
As if that people would come at you harder over saying you didn't find him attractive than if you said that you didn't find Nico Hines attractive. Did you see everyone going absolutely wild when then Nick said we didn't find him attractive?
Yeah, that was...
People went fucking crazy, and it was mostly blokes. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's always blokes, too. Like,
I know.
Always...
Like,
come on.
God, don't mansplain to me why I should find a guy attractive, you fuckhead.
Exactly. You juice up who you juice up over, for fuck's sake.
Fuck.
Okay, so on to the next level of this conversation. Jayme, who would you marry from the South Sydney Rabbitohs?
You're going to like this one. I'd marry Josh Mansour.
I mean, come on, man. Do we all see what's happening here? All right.
Well, no, in this case, it's very deliberate because in my mind, Josh is always going to be a Panther.
Yes.
So it was my way of like
separating from the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, not getting hitched to a bunny. So
I say,
yeah.
So this is almost like you feel as though you can cleanse him of the Rabbitoh within, and so you so when you're married, you'll say, oh yeah, he used to play for the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. Jay, who would you marry from the South Sydney Rabbitohs?
I'd marry Jacob Host.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because he's friends with my nephew, and him and my sister also talk, and they get along. Mm-hmm. So he'd make like a good transition into the family.
Okay, so yeah, he's already been brought into the circle of influence.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah. And you might as well put him in your circle of influence.
He already tolerates some of the annoying members of my family, so it'll feel good.
Okay. Now, Jay, who would you dump from the South Sydney Rabbitohs?
Liam Knight.
And why Liam Knight?
Because he was in the newspaper this last week over the dog thing. I don't think that's good. Like, you just don't do that.
Yeah. Jayme, who would you dump from the Rabbitohs?
This is a really hard one. Most competitive dump list. I'd dump Cody Walker.
Oh, why's that?
I thought you were going to say the top 30.
I don't know. I just think I don't like some of his on-field antics. I think that he's too much of a confidence player to get the rap that he does, and I think that he rode Reynolds' coattails, and I think we're seeing that this season. And yeah, so the talent factor's not there. And I think he's a grub, and I'm not attracted to him.
Okay.
So he's got nothing going for him.
I like.
No way, that's for me. I feel that was a bit too mean. I'm sure he's married and whatever else, but
you got to pick someone. Yeah. Look, I like his passing game, especially in the big matches.
Yeah, he throws a good intercept.
Random question. Are we both ready?
Hey, sorry. Yeah. My internet dropped out.
Okay, it's all right. Everything seems fine here. You didn't miss anything.
Okay, cool.
Jayme selected Cody Walker.
Yeah, I heard that. Sorry. Okay,
yeah, and she basically said because he's a horrible, bad human being. That's what she said.
Yeah, I heard that. I did hear it.
Okay, here's the random question.
Mm-hmm.
You get a call from Russell Crowe.
Oh,
okay, you both get a call from Russell Crowe, and he says, "Hey, it's Rusty. Mm-hmm. You might remember me from that movie that Meg Ryan was in." And
not Romper Stomper.
Imagine Meg Ryan in Romper Stomper. I guess Sleepless in Seattle was the exact same movie as Romper Stomper. I'm just kidding. So you get a call from him and he says, "Listen, I need you to do me a favour. Latrell Mitchell just needs to pick me up. Just take him out on a date. You know, just that."
You know what? I'd do it because I don't like him on the field, but I follow him on Instagram, and he has this cooking Instagram as well, and he just seems really nice in real life.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, he seems good, and he bought his mum a house.
Oh, that's nice. I have a feeling I have a feeling here. Jayme is disgusted.
Look, I'm into, like most things, I'm in two minds because I can see sides to everything. Initially, yes, as you're saying that, but then the
I
other
wouldn't
side
take him
of
on a
things,
date to a football game.
oh no. The other thing too is, I think this is kind of getting too personal. I reckon I'd be a good influence on him for the kind of character that we sort of see and have heard about and everything. So I would probably be a good person to sit next to him or go on a date or whatever. But if I can positively impact him to cut out some of that stuff that is no good, then yeah. And I've watched him play since he was quite young too, so I'm a bit sentimental there too. So I don't know. I'm always getting all sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's quite lovely.
His uncle gave my sister a lap dance for her 18th birthday.
Wow. Okay. I remember you telling me that, actually.
Yeah, because my brother played AFL with him. Aussie rules, I should say, not AFL.
I just like the idea that there's like a property somewhere and he's like, let's have a barbecue. Let's break out the shotguns. That to me is just like the fucking
But he
best.
cooks the best looking food, eh? He cooks these nice... He cooked these crabs in this sauce and it looks so fucking good. I was like, yeah,
he does a lot. I like that. I like how immersed in his culture that he is as well, and you see that with his cooking as well. It's pretty cool, like some of the techniques and ingredients and whatever else is cool.
It looks so fucking good. I was like, man, you are amazing.
Now we're
crabs
moving on.
Look so good.
The thing is, though, just quickly, that wouldn't happen because if there was any way to block Russell Crowe's number, it would be done.
Oh, well, Joe, why's that?
Yeah, I just don't want to stop being next to him. Like,
I'll take it. Listen, Russell, if you're out there, I'll talk to you on the phone, mate. Don't listen to these two.
I won't, because he might get the shits and like throw his phone or something. That was him, wasn't it? That chucked his phone across the.
Look, I think that Russell Crowe would be cool to hang out with. I think that he'd be pretty down to earth considering, and yeah.
You reckon?
You reckon Luke Keary would agree?
No.
Luke Keary's too busy wearing fucking white on white on white. Like, can you imagine trying to ask Luke Keary to pass the tomato sauce over? He'd freak out and say, "Don't drop it on anything."
Oh, he's got to wear sunglasses at home. They have sunglasses sitting at the door to put on as they walk in.
It's just really weird to me. Okay, now we're on to the North Queensland Cowboys. They're all the way up there in North Queensland. One thing I can say about
all the way up there.
All the way up there. The one thing I can say about Townsville is that I did a drive from. It was where did I drove from one place to another up in Queensland. I can't even remember what it was anymore. But I physically drove around Townsville, like avoided it on purpose. So I just want anyone living in Townsville. Yeah. I drove from where did I drive from?
Where I drove from.
I don't think it was from. It might have been Brisbane to Airlie Beach. It was Cairns. Oh, no. It was Cairns up to Airlie Beach, and drove around Townsville. Anyway, something like that. And by the way, I'll be moving to Airlie Beach pretty soon. I think, what did you say? It was 6 to 8 months, something like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay.
Yes.
The North Queensland Cowboys.
Yes.
Who would you fuck from that lineup?
Valentine Holmes.
Okay. Now, is there a reason you would pick Valentine Holmes?
To fuck?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to marry him because he's prettier than me.
I like that.
That is funny, eh? Jayme, who would you fuck from the North Queensland Cowboys?
Same. Valentine Holmes.
Valentine Holmes. And why would you fuck Valentine Holmes?
Yeah, same.
No way, he's not prettier than you, life.
Stop.
Listen, look, I'm the prettiest one here, right?
Yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
So
Don't make me awkward.
And I'm like obviously prettier than Valentine Holmes. So I just think that we shouldn't take prettiness into account too much here.
And he's also getting paid good money for not playing in the position that he was paid for.
So you like his versatility of positions is what you're saying.
And his ability to get paid more than he's worth.
Okay. So, Jayme, who would you marry from the North Queensland Cowboys?
I'd marry Scott Drinkwater.
Oh,
Do you mean Matt Daylight? Scott Drinkwater. Why the fuck? See, now I'm angry for the first time. Why the fuck would you marry Scott Drinkwater?
I don't
see
know.
what I mean? You can tell.
Who would you marry then, Freaky? Who's on your list?
Jason Taumalolo.
Taumalolo.
Oh yeah, I know.
My phone is literally called Jason Taumaphono. Okay, I'm serious. I'm not even joking.
You feel very strongly about this.
We know.
I can't remember if I showed you that, Jay. I can't remember if I had my phone back then.
You did. But that's cool.
So my phone is Jason Taumaphono.
You were probably too focused on mine.
What was left of it.
Yeah.
It was like she pulls a phone out and I'm like, why are you pulling out a bunch of fucking glass and tape? And it was a phone.
Jeez, I was worried about the Cameron Murray brigade.
It was changing all types of shit on there. Oh.
Okay, so you're going to marry Scott Drinkwater.
I am.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. Honestly, I just feel bad that he.
Though.
Yeah, he was cute and he wasn't really getting the go for a while. And I think he's played well since he's been, has been included in the lineup. So yeah, I'm just completely like. No, I don't think they didn't play him at fullback, did they? Oh yes, they did.
That's funny that he's still Valentine Holmes' spot.
I think his best position is left, right, out, to be honest with you. Now, Jay, who would you marry from the North Queensland?
Taumalolo.
That's the spirit.
So he could buy me a new phone.
My boy! Yeah, he'd be able
$1 million a year.
Yeah. Okay, now, Jay, who would you dump from the...
Chad Townsend.
Oh, really? Is there a reason for that?
Well, he's just so underwhelming.
Okay, it's not because he's had Eddie Munster's hairstyle for the last 8 years.
He's just so underwhelming.
Okay.
In every way.
Okay. Jayme, who would you dump?
Chad Townsend.
Wow, we've got consensus.
He's got no love. Yeah, no love.
Wow, that's
Oh, no.
I'm surprised by that. Hey, I thought that
really?
Yeah, I don't know who I was expecting this to say, but Chad Townsend to call him out like that.
I will say, honestly, out of all the teams that I think I mentioned this before in the DMs, the Queensland sides I struggled with, and of all the three, I just didn't really feel like, inspired looking at their list.
Yeah, I remember in the DMs you said, fuck them and all their bullshit players.
I did see that.
I remember that. Jay's with me.
Yeah.
She saw it. By the way, I asked you if you're a New South Wales supporter because there's been too many times where somebody's from New South Wales and they're like, oh, I'll go to Queensland, and it disgusts me. It really
same.
So I was so happy when you said that. It was fantastic. We're on to the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Now, we're not going to talk about the curse on the stadium from the North Sydney jersey that's been buried under the northeast corner.
I love that.
I know.
I really love that.
Can you believe it? And it's going to be there until they tear that stadium down when they move up to the Central Coast.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. Because you love it so much, Jayme, I'm going to start with you. Who would you fuck from the Manly Warringah Northern Seagulls?
I'd fuck Kieran Foran.
Okay, now is there a reason you would fuck Kieran Foran, and do you think that he would not get injured during this fuck session?
You know what? He's been on a good run recently. So yeah, I think he could get through it.
Mhm.
And I just think he's good looking. That's the only reason why.
Okay, that's fair enough. Jay?
I'd fuck Kieran Foran.
You'd both fuck Kieran Foran.
And I have a good reason for it.
Okay.
Oh.
Because he fucked two teams so well. Just imagine how good he'd fuck me.
That's a pretty good one,
both
actually.
picked him. If you fuck two teams, you could... No, I won't say that.
Yeah, he could fuck me really good.
That's brilliant. I am just getting rid of some of the files on my computer because my computer started saying your disk is getting full.
I hate those threats.
Yeah, it's like, let me get rid of that. Yeah, I can get rid of that video.
That midget porn.
That's, let's get rid of that Nickelback folder. That's full of pornography.
The furry folder.
Furries.com.
The nugget porn.
The what?
Don't you know what nugget porn is?
No, I don't. Do I want to know?
Look it up.
No, I really don't want to. Yeah.
I don't want... people will be offended if I say it.
The podcast is called Fuck, Marry, Dump.
Okay, well, nugget porn is like when people with like severed limbs make porn, like people without arms and legs, because they look like a nugget.
What?
Okay. Well, you learn something new every day, hey?
I don't understand how you don't know what that is.
You act like I watch pornography all day, and I don't.
That's not what I mean. I just think you're weird.
I'm weird.
You know what? But I think that's this is typical of me. But like, how positive is that? There's literally, they say there's someone for everyone.
There's for everyone.
It's fine. No, you don't need to be insecure about anything. There's someone out there for you.
Like someone can watch porn and be like, "Oh wow, I'm represented."
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
I know what it's like. Sometimes, you reach into that top drawer. You're like, I want to see a dude with one arm. Okay. I've lost track of... Oh, yes. Okay. Jay, get us back on track. Who would you marry from the Manly Seagulls?
Ruben Garrick.
Okay, now, why Ruben Garrick?
Because he carries that team, but he lets Turbo take all the credit. So I think that he's understated and he's a hard worker and he doesn't need all the attention to perform.
That's fair enough. Now, Jayme, who would you marry from said team?
Ruben Garrick.
Yeah.
Wow. And why?
I just think he's good looking, and I think that a lot of the things that Tommy got praised for last year, Garrick contributed a lot to that. So
like that
he's got a bit of talent. Oh man, yeah. He's good looking, got a bit of talent about him. So
now, who would you dump from the Manly Seagulls?
Dylan Walker.
Me too.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a hat trick there.
Yeah.
I did do a slash with someone, but it was a petty slash, so we'll keep Dylan.
A petty slash?
Yeah.
Do I want to probe further?
It's really petty. No, I can't expose. I can't do it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Keep that for
Send it
after
to me in the
podcast.
DMs.
Yeah. Let us know after.
It's not interesting, but yeah, sure. No.
Is it because of that? Is it? You remember what we talked about?
We talk about a lot of things, but
you wanted to have a good one and you had a bad one.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I can't believe you picked up on that.
Yeah, I'm not silly.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I can't.
Well, he shouldn't be slow and sneak his way in.
Oh, man. But it wasn't even just once. It happened like 4 times in like 2 weeks. Oh, man.
Now, here's a big one, because this is your team, Jayme, so I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
From the Sydney City Roosters. They were a grand final team in 2003. Tell me, who?
2003.
Tell me, who would you fuck from the Roosters?
This is really hard. This is really, really hard for me.
Okay.
And I think
do you have a big
I feel
bang
like,
list for the Roosters, do you?
Yeah, I think they're the best looking like club. Honestly, like I'm not even. I could be biased, but like if you go through and really look at it, I think they're.
I promise.
You promise I'm biased?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it was tricky because I could flip these two, and I probably should. The marry and the fuck, I should probably swap them.
Mm-hmm.
But the heart wants what the heart wants. I'm gonna fuck Joey Manu.
I knew it.
We knew it. We
I
knew it. We knew it.
Yeah.
We
I
knew
know,
it.
because I think Jayme knows my marry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, but I think Joey is probably more husband material than the other one, to be honest. But yeah, like Joey, he's gorgeous, and he's also a nice guy, so you get everything.
It's the total package.
He is, yeah.
Okay. Now, Jay, who would you fuck? I know who you're going to fuck. You're going to say Joey Manu.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say Connor Watson.
Why Connor
Yeah.
Watson?
Because I fucking love him.
What
Yeah.
happened to Joey Manu that he fell off your list?
He hasn't fallen off the list.
You fucking... the first time I met you, you were like...
He's
Joey.
upgraded to marry.
Yeah, he's arguably, upgraded.
Okay, all right. So Connor
She wants
Watson.
him-
Why
she wants
Connor
him
Watson?
every
Okay.
night.
Why Connor Watson? Okay.
Because I just really love him.
And you want to fuck him? Okay. So
Yeah.
who is your...
I named a book character after him.
Mm.
Who's your marry list then? Who's your marry
Me?
player? No, who's your marry player?
Mine?
Yeah.
Manu.
So you're marrying
Yeah.
Joey Manu.
Yeah.
She's got him every night then.
Yeah, that's a good point. Jayme, who would you marry from the Sydney City Roosters?
I'd marry Victor Radley.
Victor Radley. Now, why
Yeah.
why would you marry Victor Radley?
He's
How long
just
have you got?
my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
He's just my favorite. I think, like, I pay attention, like, obviously being a Rooster supporter, I pay attention to a lot of the on-field and off-field stuff, and I like everything that I see, and yeah, I would want him every day.
You would
well.
be a good wife to him, is what you're saying.
Yes, I will be.
Okay.
The best.
Now this is a difficult question for you.
Oh, no.
It's a very difficult question. Who would you dump from the Sydney City Roosters?
It hurt, but I kind of cheated. So I would dump Freddie Lussick,
Okay.
if you even know who that is.
And why would you dump him?
Just because he's probably like the least Rooster player in my mind. Like he's a younger guy. He doesn't get much of a run, and yeah, I don't know. He just seemed like the easiest one to get rid of.
What you're saying publicly is you don't consider him to be part of the club.
No.
He's so inconsequential.
No, look, actually, he gave us, he was there for us when we had a bunch of injuries in 2020. So he's very much part of the squad, but I think he's on the edge. So yeah.
And still fuck that guy is what you're saying.
I can't say that.
Jay, let's
Yes.
let Jamie off the hook. Who would you dump from the Sydney?
I would dump Sam Walker, and only for the reason that he's too young to do anything with
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
That's fair.
That is fair enough. That is fair enough. Okay, I feel like I should come up with a random question here. What would my random question be? Okay, I got a random question.
For Jay, right?
For both of you, Jayme. Okay, you ain't getting out of this one.
Here we go.
Joey Manu comes and knocks on the front door and he says, "How's it going, love?" Because that's how he probably talks.
He doesn't talk like that.
He talks exactly like that of her, and he's like, "How's it going, sweetheart?" Pulled over a 6-pack. I'm ready to rock and roll. I heard you're into me. I heard you want a little bit. And I brought my coach with me. You're ready to rock and roll.
No.
Do they get in the front door?
No. Oh, no. I'm not answering first. I need time.
Oi.
I need time.
Yes, they do, because Clint can talk to Bravo while I go off with Manu.
Oh, I like that strategy.
Okay.
Oh,
So they are both getting in the front door.
oh, wait, can we shut the door? Oh,
Clint can be the wingman. He's got a wingman and talk to Bravo.
You can shut the door, or you can let them in the back door too. It's completely up to you.
Oh.
You're really struggling with this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, because I love Robo, but just not like that.
I know. It's a rough one. It's a real rough one.
I've got to say no.
Okay.
If they both have to come in, then no.
I feel as though there'd just be some head shaking that happened afterwards. Like,
You'd do it. You just wouldn't brag about it.
Let's talk about this again.
This might be my favourite episode ever. We are now on to the Parramatta Eels. Now, I dare not say anything about the Parramatta Eels because we know how that ends, don't we, Jay?
Yeah.
But Parramatta Eels, we're going to start with Jay, who I love, by the way. You know that.
Yeah, I know. I love you too.
Jay.
Yeah.
From the Parramatta Eels. Who would you fuck?
Dylan Brown.
Dylan Brown. Now, Dylan Brown is your type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you don't want to elaborate on that.
What?
I don't know, just anything, like.
He
Nothing?
looks like he does it good doggy style. I don't know.
Wow. Hang on, let me write that down. Okay, Jayme.
Yeah. I'm just talking shit because of that, that video that people said.
Yeah, the bathroom stall.
Yeah.
What?
The bathroom stall.
What are
Don't
you
you know
talking
about that?
No?
I don't even know if it was doggy style. I'm just.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It probably sounds weird, but I don't watch all of the rugby league videos that go around. It's some things I don't need to see.
That's true. I wish I could not see some things, to be honest. I just follow too many people who like to share stuff.
There was a while where people would send it to me and be like, "Dude, put this on your website." I'm like, "No."
No.
I got the Joel Monahan picture very early on, and I was I was like, "Look, this is terrible and hilarious. This guy is never going to live this down for the rest of his life, and I am not going to be a party to any of it." I didn't even reply to the messages.
Wow.
Hey?
Not in his defense, but was he drunk or was he just horny?
Oh, look, I still...
I don't like, what was the motivation? Does anyone know?
I still think that dog has a lot to answer for.
Oh.
You know?
No, I don't know. But can you imagine something like that coming out and then having to talk to people that you know? Obvious, maybe does it just never come up? But yeah, I don't know.
Is it like when someone has their fly down and you're more awkward than they are to tell them?
They are.
Yeah.
I think
it'd be like that.
I think it's kind of like that, but if it was a dog that was latched onto
Licking your
dick.
nuts.
Okay, so moving on from that.
You know what? Talking about that, I won't even sleep without pants on because our dogs sleep in our room, and I'm like, no way. Like I cannot. No. Just thinking about having that, like that guy doing that, is like, oh man, no.
You just made me rub my forehead.
Nah, I don't even want my dogs rubbing up against my naked butt. No way. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Jayme.
They're creeps though. They come watch you in the shower and everything. But I've never thought, oh God, they're watching me in the shower. Later I'm going to treat them to licking peanut butter off my nuts.
Jayme, help me, please. Can you just tell me who you would fuck from the Parramatta Eels so we can move on?
Sorry.
That's all right. I'd fuck Bailey Simonson.
Bailey Simonson. Oh, okay.
Which is probably left field to Jay, but I don't know. I just think he's got a nice smile.
He does have a nice smile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Now,
it left field?
I feel like
Does he play on the left field?
Sometimes I wonder whether he plays at all, to be honest. But
If he plays at all.
yeah, that para edge defense sometimes, man. No, I think he's got the Canberra washed off him now too.
yeah, that Canberra stank. You got to get.
He's slowly learning the song words.
So, Jayme, who would you marry from the Parramatta Eels?
I would marry Isaiah Papali.
Oh, that's so cute.
That
His mum
is
is so nice.
Yeah, well, there you go. Mum's nice family. No, again, it's sentimental. He's cute. I think he's cute. I think he's talented. And there were those really moving videos that they had about his partner because they'd been separated. She was in New Zealand, I think. And yeah, that was really sweet too. So.
See, this shows the difference between how females follow football and how men do, because you two are wrapped up in this whole universe of players off the field and their families and stuff, and I literally couldn't give a shit. And that's fine. You know, we all support the game.
That is interesting, though.
Yeah. It's like...
It's funny, though, because... Yeah, go on, sorry.
We're used to talking about things that I don't even know exist. And I'm like, wait a minute, they you know, I don't know any of this shit. Like,
yeah,
it's just interesting how we all follow the sport differently, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, it is interesting actually, because it's if you talk about positive stuff, then it's interesting, but also for the opposite, when negative things happen, that's when you see guys pipe up about what they think of someone's character.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting how no one really, or some people aren't tuning into the positive things.
Now,
oh shit, sorry.
Are you all right, Jay?
Yeah, I accidentally clicked into YouTube and it started playing my music.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What music was it?
It was Kiss from a Rose, but it was slowed down and with reverb.
Okay.
It's just
That's
on my
random.
playlist.
Who would you?
It's
Okay,
so random.
Jay, we're at the pointy end of the scale now, so you can almost listen to music. Who would you marry from the Parramatta Eels?
Ryan Madison.
Ryan Madison. Now, can I ask you a question here?
Yeah.
I noticed there's someone missing from your list already.
Who?
Ray Stone. Where's Ray? Like, the guy gave his entire season.
He's kind of like in limbo at the moment.
Okay. He's on the back.
I do love him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I miss him already. And I'm so disappointed that I don't get to watch him play in his last season for us.
Yeah, I know. So Ryan Madison.
It hurts.
Why Ryan Madison?
Have you looked at him?
Yeah, he got eyes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Is that it?
I'm sure he's a nice, I'm sure he's a nice guy too.
Okay. So who?
I have heard from like sources close to him that he is a nice person.
There you go.
So who would Jay?
Clearly, they're not Tigers fans.
Yeah, exactly. So Jay, who would you dump from your Parramatta Eels?
Reed Marnie, because he's going anyway.
Oh, really? Wow, I'm surprised by
Fair
that.
enough.
I liked how he kissed his logo in his jersey.
I didn't even notice that, honestly.
That was pretty funny, I thought. Jayme, who would you select to dump from the Parramatta Eels?
Sean Lane.
Sean
Oh,
Lane.
how annoying is he?
He's hopeless.
He's not playing well this year.
Oh, you know what? I think that 2019 into a little bit of 20 was probably when I rated him. But the last 2 years, I just think he's really started to fall away with his form. But then he'll randomly do something really good, so it's
funny. How bad was it that he got out-jumped? He's like fucking 40 foot tall.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, for fuck's
I can believe
sake.
that.
I think he's normally pretty good close to the line, but they're not getting him. Their outside backs have developed to a point where you don't have to go to him as much, and it's really hurt his game, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Random question. Are we ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your fuck players.
Mm-hmm.
You get one position for forever with your fuck player.
Okay.
What position is it?
Not me. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Jay knows already.
I'll be on top. It's not doggy style. I'll be on top.
Okay, Jayme, you've had plenty of time to think about this.
Yeah, probably me too, actually. I'd want to see him.
You'd want to look at them. Okay. We're on to the next team. We're going to call this, we're not even going to call it by the team, we're just going to call this the Nicho Hines section of the podcast. The Cronulla Sutherland Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, I'm going to go to you first, Jay. Jay, who would you fuck from the
Me?
Cronulla? Yes.
Okay. Who would I fuck? Matt Moylan.
What in the hell?
It was the same last year. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
and I was just as angry about it last year. Okay, he's first of all he's going to do his hamstring before he even gets there.
I just covered his face with a pillow.
That's right.
So he couldn't talk to me.
Yeah, you didn't want him speaking. Yeah. Jayme.
Yeah.
Who would you fuck from the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks?
I think I'm gonna let Jay down here. I'd fuck Nicho.
Hines.
It's a new development, yeah.
Okay, now here's the thing. I had you pegged for marrying Nicho Hines, but you just want to fuck him.
Very close. Yeah, it was very close, but my rationale you'll understand. But yeah, it was close.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then we'll move on to your marry. Who would you marry from the Sharks?
I'd marry Matt Ikuvalu.
Former Rooster, former Fringe first grade.
Oh, bless him.
I guess
he was good for a match winner.
He was good for one match winner.
But also the reason why we needed a match winner.
Yeah, that's a good point. Can I just ask you randomly, tell me about your thoughts on the Ryan Hall era at the Sydney Roosters?
I followed him in Super League, and he was enormous. His form coming into the NRL was, it was huge. There was a lot of buzz around it, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see the best of him while he's at the Roosters. Especially playing on the wing, you want to see them score, and he didn't get one. I think he was there for 2 years. But a lot of people were really harsh on him about it, but I don't know. I like him as a person, as a player. I just wish that he'd had probably more opportunity. He did cop a few injuries too in the first year. I think he did his ACL right after signing with us.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, no, phenomenal player, massive player. We just didn't get to see the best of him.
You're too lovely.
Is he the
And
one that plays the piano?
Yeah.
That's
he plays
sweet.
the piano.
He does. He does play the piano.
Wow. Okay. Didn't know that either. What, does he put videos of himself up playing the piano?
No, he didn't put it up.
Someone
I
else.
think
Someone
the
else
club
did.
did. Mm.
Okay. Okay. Jay,
Yeah.
who would you marry from the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Oh, that's a
Mulitano.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
one.
Is there a reason for that?
He just seems really nice.
Do you reckon
And
if you could talk...
he's my type too, the type that I like.
Okay. Do you reckon if you could talk someone into being a Queenslander when they've never even been to Queensland, do you reckon you could talk him into marrying you?
That was great. That was terrible.
That was really terrible. And I love the way the Queensland Rugby League were like, well, this fucking guy. And it's like, it was you cunts.
Yeah.
Fucking
You just
banana
fucked it up.
cunts.
Yeah.
Okay. Jay, who would you dump from the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks?
Aaron Woods. He plays for them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Jared?
No, he moved. He moved to the Dragons.
Oh, he's in the Dragons now, yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't know then.
Okay, so Peter Russell Clark is out. You've got to come on. There's got to be someone.
Wait, I'll have to look at their team list.
What about who can she dump? What about
Wait, I'm looking.
So I would have said Matt Moylan.
Oh, I just thought of another one, but yeah, no.
That you could dump. She could dump.
Yeah. Oh, but it's mean. So I don't want to
It's
say.
all right to be mean.
No,
If she comes,
I dumped Jesse Ramian purely
Oh, really?
for football purposes. Yeah, because I hate centres.
You
but
hate
Joey
cent-
Munn is a centre.
I
What are you
know,
talking
but he's
about?
the only good centre. Well, if he doesn't pass, he makes it productive. These other centres don't pass, and they fuck it all up.
That's fair.
Wow.
I think they're the most
He's
selfish
played-
people on the
he's-
field, honestly.
He's played really well, though, this season. Like, he's been on fire. Their whole backline's been really good.
I like William Kennedy.
Yeah, so
and
do
I
I.
like Aiden Tolman.
Yeah.
What about that dude that they got from St George coming off the leg injury? What's his name?
Yeah.
Cameron McGuinness.
Yeah.
McGuinness, yeah.
I don't really dislike any of them. Wait, I'm going through Nico
Would you lick
Hines.
his teeth?
Just because he's fucking annoying.
I'd aim
What?
for the gap. Just miss completely.
I don't know. None of them really I don't know. They're all just kind of unremarkable. So I don't know. Other than Ronaldo and Matt Moylan, they can all go because they're unremarkable to me.
Okay. So we'll move on to you, Jayme. Who would you dump from the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks?
It's funny because in my notes, I've actually got Kill for some reason because I wrote Kill for the first three by accident. It's just,
Oh, snap.
and I changed all of them, but it still says Kill Andrew Fafita.
Oh, poor Andrew Fafita.
I know, it's so harsh. I'd dump Andrew Fafita.
Okay, is there a reason for that?
Yeah, he crashed my cousin's 18th birthday party, and it was just not cool.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'll go with him too then.
I believe Andrew Fafita is from Blacktown.
Really?
He's from around, yeah.
Yeah.
I have his player profile, I can tell you.
Okay.
Blacktown, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a rugby league expert, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't question me. Jayme, we're up to the Melbourne Storm. Okay, now, I know you're a big Melbourne Storm fan. Of all of their players, who would you fuck?
I'd
say it so creepily.
I know.
I actually love it, though. It's like such a G up. It gets me like, yeah, it's good.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. No, I think because like, I'm like shy to say fuck as much as we have.
Yeah, it's all
So
right.
when you say that, I'm like,
I don't mind taking you to dark places. Don't you worry about it.
Hold my hand. I'd fuck Harry Grant.
Harry Grant. Okay. So I don't like his hairstyle this year. Hey, he looks messy.
Yeah, it needs a clean up. It's got no shape to it.
Yeah, it reminds me of my hair. My hair's a fucking mess.
You've been saying you're gonna like shave it for how long now? A couple of weeks.
Okay, well,
It's actually longer than that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was saying it last year to Jay. It's really terrible, but like, I just need to do it. I need to be able to just wake up in the morning and it's all done. Instead, I just look like I went through different stages, you know. At one stage, I looked like a creepy European, and then I looked like a creepy drug dealer, and then I looked like a drug smoking hippie, and now I just think I look homeless.
You progressed homeless.
Yeah, I've progressed homeless.
Dear.
Okay, so sorry, who was your fuck again?
Harry Grant.
Harry Grant. Okay. Jay.
Yes. Oh.
Who would you fuck from the Melbourne Storm?
I know.
Munster.
Cameron Munster.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
Because it's weird, but I just think that he'd treat you bad, but in good ways.
I understand what you're saying completely. I was actually told a few weeks ago that I looked like him when he cut his hair, and I don't see that personally.
Have you only been told once?
Just once, yes. I don't see it at all. I was also told when I was a teenager, actually, that I looked like Kurt Russell, which I don't see.
Oh,
yeah.
They're not bad though.
Yeah, well, I'm fucking incredibly good looking, like fucking handsome cunt. Okay, Jay.
Yes.
We're all about romance on this podcast. Who would you love to be married to on the Melbourne Storm?
Jesse Bromwich.
Oh, why Jesse Bromwich?
Well, I don't feel like this is defamation because he got caught doing it. He could buy me coke.
Reason to marry.
That's yeah. Can't think of any other reasons to marry someone, quite honestly.
Oh God, I'm
the
getting
only
to
reason.
the end of the list. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm married to 16 of them.
I know. Do you know what's funny?
For everything. Tom O'Leary's buying it. He can get it. Like, fuck. And he's cute.
Yeah, he is cute.
Like, he's good looking.
I agree.
Jayme, who would you marry from the Storm?
I'd marry Ryan Pappenhausen.
Okay, now, what are your thoughts on the Pappenhausen hairstyle?
I love it because it annoys so many people.
Okay. Does it annoy people, does it?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. And
really?
I feel like they get irrationally angry about it.
Yeah.
And it's at the point now where it makes me laugh when I see someone say it's ridiculous. I'm like, well, you're getting angry over hair, so. True.
But here's the thing. If he says we're getting married, right? And he spends all that money on a big wedding and all that shit. And he says, but here's the thing, I want to keep this hairstyle. Are you like, yeah, that's fine, just keep it for all the wedding photos? Or do you say, listen, sweetheart, if you don't shave your fucking head.
That's like areas of like when someone gets with a cop or like whatever career and it gets to the marriage time and they're like, no, you've got to change. And it's like, no, you got with me like this. This is how I am.
Yeah.
I would be fine for him to have it, to be honest. I don't think, unless like from the front you probably couldn't see it, and if he's got it around his shoulders like he has been wearing it, yeah, I wouldn't be too bothered by it. But that mustache, excuse for mustache he's got needs to go. That's where I draw the line. Look,
there's this weird thing with mustaches. There's some people have them and they're wearing them, taking the piss, and that's fine, right? Like I actually think that's
ironic mustache.
Yeah.
Or for charity.
It's always funny. It's always good. I support them. There's others that can have a mustache and it's like actually looks natural on them. It looks like it belongs there. And then there's other people that have them and you just want to say, dude, just don't.
Yeah. I think he falls into that category.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What's even...
I'm sending a photo to the group chat of a mo that Clint had for Movember.
Okay.
Oh, I love... Yeah, see, this. I think Charity and Ironic match that. Like, they're the ones that are okay. I can get behind.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Oh, my God.
That's a very good mustache.
It's not. It was fucking terrible.
It's impressive. How long did he have it like that?
Just a month.
Just a month.
He's a very hairy man.
Oh, how good is that?
See, I couldn't pull that off. I've got more of I can do a natural mo.
He's hilarious.
Although during COVID, I did shave my facial hair like Wolverine, hey.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because I could.
Was that hard to do?
No, not really. You just sort of just take the bottom out and just, because I use hair clippers to shave the face, it's just easier. And the Wolverine style, I pulled it off. It was pretty easy, really.
Cool. My cousin had a really good one. I don't have a photo right now, but I will send it to you guys soon.
Okay.
He actually went on a reality TV show with it, so it's like everywhere. But he
Can you say what? Can you say what one?
Yeah, he was on First Dates. It's probably like the worst ones.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty boring, to be honest.
It's a rough one, hey?
Yeah,
there was a while that I felt like, and this is many years ago when Big Brother first came out, and I was like, should I? And I was like, nah, I'll have to leave the country afterwards.
Big Brother's one that I would go on, and I think you'd probably be great. Like I liked Big Brother when it first came out, and it was like a social experiment. That was cool, but today's reality TV is just
it's not very reality-like.
It's really
it's
bad.
not. Yeah,
it's really bad. Okay, I can't remember what we're up to.
I would marry Ryan Pappenhausen.
Okay, and did we get your marry, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up to that's right. So we're up to the dump section. Who would you dump, Jayme, from the Melbourne Storm?
Felice Kafusi.
Me too.
Oh, why's that?
Oh, he's just a grub.
Yeah, he's not nice.
No?
Yeah, he's just...
I don't know what he's like as a person, but he's not nice on the field.
I think he knocked out, was it Madison last year?
Yeah.
He did something, and he took someone out for a long time, and I just... the way that he plays, I'm not a fan. Yeah,
but who hasn't knocked out Ryan Madison at this point? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, he went there. All right.
I'm sorry. Okay, now we're up to the team that really matters. We've already named dozens of their players. It's the factory that rugby league runs out of, the biggest junior base, premiers, the world champions, Penrith Panthers, greatest team.
Are they world champions? Because it wasn't played, was it?
Yeah, because St.
No, we're world champions is the Sydney Roosters. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what? Last time we played the Roosters, we fucked them up too. So,
actually, it was a lot closer than it had been in the last couple of times prior to that.
All I know,
I think it was a few penalties that helped you along, to be honest.
Oh,
I won't get it.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, just for that, Jayme.
Oh, what did I do?
You can now tell us all on this podcast who of the 2021 NRL premiers you would fuck.
Scott Sorensen.
Oh.
Yeah. That try he scored the other day, he sold it for me.
Powerful, huh?
Yeah, it was good stuff.
You looked at that and you were like, yeah, he could slide over my line.
Yeah, definitely. I love it when the big men score. It's just a great on its own, but yeah, he looked good doing it. So I'll go Scott.
Okay, I'm sorry. That sounded way more graphic when I said it out loud than I meant it to.
Doesn't it always?
I know. I have things in my head and then I verbalize them and I'm like, wow, that was really appropriate. Jay.
It's all good.
Sweet innocent Jay.
Yes.
Who would you lay a fuck down on from the Penrith Panthers?
Stephen Crichton.
Stephen Crichton. Now,
Yeah,
here's
that's
the
a
thing.
good one.
You just said you don't like centres, and now you've named the best centre in the world on your fuck list.
Ah, come on.
But as I said about Joey, when they don't pass, they make it count.
That's true. And you feel like he would make it count on a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was who I had before I saw Scott score the try, actually, because I would fuck him purely for the Cody Walker intercept. Being a part of that history, I'm for it.
Mm-hmm. I like that the big moments in rugby league history, it solidifies who you would fuck. I think that's important.
It kind of took the focus off the Sattler saver as well, because for ages that's all you guys had in terms of no wait, I didn't mean that to sound how I did. For a long time that was the grand final, the Sattler tackle in the 2003 grand final.
Can you explain what happened?
No, I don't think we need to go there, okay?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember this moment. Was it a big game?
Why are you doing this to me? It's so painful. Just to see that on loop, like, my little heart was crushed that night when I saw that happen. It was
I bet
awful.
I would have loved it.
I remember I stood to my feet and I said, and I yelled out, "That's the greatest tackle in history!"
Oh man, for a long time it was, and it still is up there with one of the greatest. But I'm just glad now it's not. It's always going to be there, but I'm much happier seeing Cody Walker's face after the intercept and Crichton running away. And did you see it's almost overdone at this point, but the Titanic music over that one is so good.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It's really good.
Look, I got to say, when Stephen Crichton got that intercept, I was like, man, I would fuck him too.
He's so cute, but he looks like he wears eyeliner.
He's pretty, hey.
He's very pretty. Yeah, he's really pretty.
Speaking of eyeliner, Trent Barrett.
Eyeliner and Trent Barrett.
Does he wear eyeliner? I think he wears eyeliner.
I don't reckon he does. I reckon he's had it tattooed on.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Just to make those eyes pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does. You know what? He does have that kind of vibe to him that he would do that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he knows he's good looking.
Yeah, us good-looking guys normally do know. So now we're on to the marry section of the Penrith Panthers. Jay, who would you marry from the Penrith Panthers?
I'd marry Yo.
Isaiah Yo. Oh, yeah, he's your type, isn't he?
Yeah, I love him. I love him so much. Yeah.
Workhorse.
Just an all-round. He's an all-rounder.
Country boy. Probably
humble. Gorgeous.
Probably on that motorbike that just went past right now.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We can hear everything.
All the windows are closed too.
It's all right. No, it's all right. We're fine. Jayme. Who would you marry from the Penrith Panthers?
I would marry Mitch Kenny.
Mitch Kenny? Now, I'm surprised by that. Why Mitch Kenny?
He just... I think I've bought into it's like the reverse Cameron Murray thing. Like, there's so much. There's a couple of the Panthers boys on Twitter who love him, and because of that, I see so much about him, and I got behind it. And like, I think he scored a try the other day as well, and yeah, it was just good to see. He seems like a nice bloke. All the fan interactions I've seen with him are sweet too, and I'm a sucker for that stuff. So, and he's like non-threatening, you know. Like, I mean, it's like the opposite of like Cleary for the talent. It's like, oh, like, he's harmless, you know. Why would anyone have a problem with him?
Hang on a second. So, okay, when you say, like, when you compare him to Cleary, so you mean like Cleary's got like all the media around him and all that stuff, whereas Mitch Kenny is just there to be an easier going time of it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
And the thing is too, the Panthers are the hot side, right? And
yeah.
You love to hate him, right? So when you, well, everybody else does, but like, when a player's that good, it's like, and you're not a fan of the team as well, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to pick you just because of that reason.
I get that.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes it's tough being at the top. I've gone through it a lot recently, so I get it. Okay, Jayme. Who are you going to dump? I feel like I know who you're both going to dump, but who are you going to dump, Jayme?
Taylor May.
Oh, what Taylor May?
Yeah. Just based on if he shares any principles with his brother.
Well, he did put up that Instagram story defending him, so.
Okay.
But he's not who I chose.
Who did you choose, Jay?
I chose Appy Corsair because he's a cheating McCheater.
Yeah.
I thought that's who you would both. By the way, it's allegedly, but I thought that's who you'd both pick. Hey.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No. Look, he's. Yeah. I would swap it out if I could do it again, probably. But I actually just forgot about him.
Okay.
I just said endorsement.
He snuck through my mind like he snuck that bird in.
Yes. Allegedly.
Jesus.
Allegedly.
You got to look at it from his point of view, though. He was horny. Okay.
That makes everything okay.
Random question.
That's John Monahan.
Here comes the random question. Are we both ready for the random question?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to remove one of the people from your lists and replace them with the sexiest fucking podcaster that Penrith has ever produced. He's a humble man, a good-looking man, though. Smart.
Yeah.
Sexy.
I'd swap you with Appy.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. This is a fucking outrage.
What you wanted?
This is a fucking outrage.
So you'd swap in the dump.
You'd put me in the dump category.
Mm.
You would shoot me to the fucking moon.
But you wanted to be a panther.
I am a panther.
I can see what she's saying.
I'm not going to get rid of Crichton or Yo. You have to go somewhere.
That's true. I just love that, like, I already have made Jayme make that, like, sighing sound where it's, and I get that out of every female eventually, where it's like,
mission accomplished.
Like this fucking guy. Look, that's fair enough.
I feel like I've done that a couple of times.
You have. I wasn't going to say anything, but that's all right. I think I probably deserved that for asking such a ridiculous question. Now, I said I would select a winner. Okay.
I didn't answer. You didn't even get one from me.
Oh, okay. What's your answer?
I was I wasn't keen on Herbie anyway. No, I'm kidding. I'd swap you out Herbie.
For who?
Herbie Farnworth. I married him.
Oh, so you would marry me?
I know he's going to win now.
We're talking about the Panthers, though.
Panthers. Oh, okay. The Panthers were.
God,
I don't want to answer anymore.
It's all right. You don't have to. You're marrying me if I'm a Brisbane Bronco. That's fine. Well, we've gone to the judges. And it turns out that when one of you decides to fucking dump me, and the other one decides to marry me, there can only be one winner. It's Jay. She's not bad at picking guys. She's not going to ruin her life.
You wanted to be a panther.
That's so funny.
Nah, you both did great. I think this has been a lot of fun, this podcast.
We have extremely similar tastes, and I like that.
Yeah, you do.
Me too.
You do.
And even like when you say things that I'm like, oh, I could have put them on.
Okay, now I promised you both that you could ask me questions if you had any, because I am asking questions of you both for every single NRL team that are pretty personal to both of you. And so if you have any questions you want to ask, go for it.
I feel like Jay had some.
Fuck.
We had some suggestions this morning with the list. So following on from that, with the other lists.
I can't do them. I cannot do them lists, okay?
No, we know.
I cannot do them lists.
Just thinking along those lines, that's something that we could touch on maybe. I'm trying to think.
Wait, I have a question for you. It's got nothing to do with football.
Okay.
Would you rather, if you had a girlfriend, say,
yes.
Would you rather have your girlfriend and your mum switch bodies?
No, I'm not doing
this.
Would you rather
fuck your mum and your girlfriend's body? Fuck your girlfriend and your mum's body?
I would rather jump into a fucking volcano.
We just played a whole game. Look at you.
I would rather jump into a fucking volcano before you even get
That's not an option.
It is because it's my goddamn podcast. All right? I've got to ask better questions than that.
No, that's the question.
Okay, what about we go with my suggestion?
Oh, no, I have one for you. Would you rather have sex with Jason Tamalolo in Wayne Bennett's body or Wayne Bennett in Jason Tamalolo's body?
Oh, my God.
Why would I pick either of those? I'd jump into a volcano.
What about, I've got one. You come home, your missus is in bed with Nathan Cleary. What happens?
Yeah. Do you join in or do you?
Where did I put my black marker on my jersey? Because I can get his signature.
Nice. I like it.
That's
hilarious.
Yeah, that's my answer to it.
What would you do if someone sent you one of those porns? It's like, watch this. No, listen, shut up.
Yeah.
They're like, watch this, and you watch it, and it's your girlfriend in it.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I start taking my pants off. I mean,
she doesn't do that for me.
No, you see, I like if I was with someone, they wouldn't be into that sort of thing, you know. So I would never run into that situation. And besides, it's me. Why would you want anyone else? It's like when you've had the best, why would you want the rest? You know.
Very good.
Is that it?
I'm trying to think of something else.
Come on, there's got to be some good.
You're not very fun at playing with it though, like that.
Because your questions.
I'm sure you're great at playing with it.
Terrible. I've been playing with it for the last 2 hours. All right, just the questions have to be better. That's what the thing is.
You're just not a team player.
We've had plenty of time. No, I'm not.
You're not a team. No.
I'm not a team player.
Which is crazy considering you go for Panthers and they seem to all be team players.
They are, but you got to remember, I'm the star. Okay, I'm the talent. Look, it's been a great episode.
Oh, no, I have a question.
Okay, go on. Ask your question. Go on.
If you had to get rid of one from your team, would it be Nathan or Ivan?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I would. Okay, here's the way I would say it. I would get rid of Ivan Cleary because I think that it's easier to get a coach that can come in and get the job done than it is to find a 23-year-old premiership winning halfback that's signed for the next 5 years.
Wouldn't you be scared that he'd take you to the Blanglo and kill you?
Who, Ivan Cleary?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that he'd take me to Blanglo State Forest and kill me.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking that.
That's probably Ivan Milat.
Yeah, that's okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, no. I think that it's more. I think that Craig Bellamy is the best coach I think of all time, and I think that it's hard to argue against that just because of you look at where they're at, you look at the players he's had, you look at the players he's lost, and how they have not missed a beat. Outside of him, I think I've never seen a coach that has managed to lose star players and honestly keep their club going in the same direction at the same unbelievable.
No, they haven't,
you know?
And it's interesting, I reckon, because everyone, like they'll see, for example, like from my team, Gutho or Moses yelling at their teammates, and they're like, oh, why are they going to perform if they're yelling at them like that? It's like, well, Storm players seem to perform pretty fucking well, and their coach is Bellamy.
Yeah, but I think that Craig Bellamy gets angry. Sorry, just cough. Craig Bellamy gets angry during games. I'm sure he gets angry at certain games at halftime, but there's only so many times you can really go off at a team before you lose them. So I don't think he goes off at them that often. I think he's more the sort of guy that would put out and say, listen, you're doing this, I need you to stop. And I think the thing about Craig Bellamy is he gives his players a real focus. He's like, look, all I want you to do is to hang off Cameron Munster's hip and run the line and be ready for the ball. He might give it to you, he might not, but be ready 100% of the time. And he keeps it really simple for his players. And
Have you seen the video of him yelling at Munster through the headpiece?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let me find it.
I can try and play it on the podcast even.
No, it's not. You don't see it. You see Munster's face when he's listening.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see his eyes like getting really wide and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked him what he said, and he's like, oh, and he told them. Wait,
okay.
Did you see it?
Because I wouldn't want to be talked to like that, but that's just me. Like, I think that, like when I saw Gutherson going around and he would go at his players, I would have pulled him aside on the field and said, hey, you can fucking talk to whoever you like that. You fucking don't talk to me like that.
Well, it's interesting because... Oh, sorry, continue.
No, and I think that... I think that Craig Bellamy would only... I think he would only talk to certain players like that. I'm sure there are players... And Craig Bellamy's a smart dude. I'm sure he knows that there's players that he couldn't do that to and get a response out of them that's positive.
Mm. Yeah.
That's my guess, anyway. He might talk to everyone like that. I don't fucking know.
What I was going to say before, just in regards to Gutho and Moses and everything, BA actually touched on that in an interview. I don't know if it was an interview or a presser, but he commented on, I think it was Moses specifically, just saying that he's actually learnt ways to communicate himself better.
Yeah.
So I actually do think, I know they defended it initially, but I think you're right. Like, who's going to want to be spoken to like that? In the heat of the moment, it's a bit different. Like, frustrations do come out, whatever else, but it was a sort of trend. And I do remember BA recently, he sort of touched on that, and he just said, in regards to Mitch stepping up and his form and also him being a leader, he said, you know, he'd sort of improved those kind of areas. So I assume that's what he was talking about. And in regards to Bellamy, there was a really good interview recently with Matty Johns on his face-to-face segment, and you definitely see another side. And like, if you pay attention to the Storm's media, social media and stuff, you do see like him mucking around with the Cheese and all the other boys too, Harry Grant, that get into him.
Jesus, a fucking biplane just went past.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think what you see in the box from Bellamy is his personality. I don't know if it's a direct reflection of him as a coach, because I can't see him being so successful. I think he's a very good player manager, and I think if there are boys that do need a bit of a, you know, get stuck into him, I think he'd know which and when to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, and look, I think that's the thing that I think when you see these former players that get parachuted straight into being a first grade coach, yeah. I think that's what they miss out on, is that I think the best coaching path is that you coach through the lower grades, because you're dealing with men, and you're dealing with men that have jobs, and there are things that you can do to motivate them on the football field, and there's things you just can't do, because they'll come up to you and say, listen, fuck you, dude. I'm doing this for fun, and you're fucking carrying on like this. And I think you need that grounding in interactions with these players before you get to first grade, because then it allowed... I mean, Craig Bellamy was a coach for so long before he got his first grade coaching job. And And I think you need that because it really is. It's what a coach does is psychological. It's literally just psychological. And if you can't sort out that side of the game, it doesn't matter if you've got the best tactics in the world. If you can't communicate them to your team in the right way, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because I do a little bit of like reading around leadership and just things like that because you can apply it to so many things, like even just like yourself at work and football as well. And there was, I think, when we played South, I think it was round 3. Teddy had a shocker. He just overplayed his hand. He was rushing things, and he had a terrible first half. He improved slightly in the second, but he had a terrible first half. And in the presser, they sort of touched on Teddy owned it straight away. He said like, he was overplaying, he was rushing, and he didn't have faith in the boys kind of thing. He was just kind of trying to do too much. And then they asked Trent about like, how do you deal with that at halftime or whatever? And what Trent did was he just said like, how am I going to walk into a dressing room and tell James Tedesco what to do? Like he knows what to do. Yeah. And that's a it's a form of leadership. It's a not a tactic. It's a way to, it's called empowerment. Mm-hmm. And he's putting the emphasis on the fact that I know you can do this. And he's saying publicly like that, like, what am I going to say to him? And just those little things. And then the flip is you've got Ricky who comes out and he's just like absolutely sprays his team. Like to polar opposites. It's like, wow.
Yeah, and look, Robinson.
If only he messaged their wives and just let them know what the problem is.
What's going on here? I know. That's so
Can you just sort your husband out, please?
If that's the thing, like that game with Tedesco you were talking about, and it was really weird to say because that tactic was really, really good. Them pushing up on Tedesco, and it's something I don't think he's ever seen before. Robinson could have gone in, had a quick look across the dressing room at him. Tedesco have a quick look at him and a nod in his head like, yeah, I know. And that's it. That's all you would need.
Yeah.
And it really is. There's some players you don't need to say things to. There's some players you can't say what needs to be said to them because instead of it being motivational, it will be destructive. I remember I seen a story on NFL Films about Jim Brown. And Jim Brown was he was late to the coach. The coach had been waiting for them to go to the next game. And when I say the coach, I mean the team bus. And everyone's waiting on the bus, and Jim Brown turns up late. And he turns up late with his best friend that's on the team as well. Jim Brown gets onto the bus, and the coach comes off the bus and tears shreds off of his best friend because he knows he can't do that to Jim Brown. But Jim Brown will get the message from him tearing shreds off his friend. And
that was enough, yeah.
You know, and it's, I find that really fascinating, and I really do. I think that's something that goes missing with what it takes to be a good coach. And that's why you get a Craig Bellamy, who his players love him. You get a Wayne Bennett, his players love him. That side of it is why they're the two most successful coaches of all time.
Yeah, so, definitely. Absolutely. It's interesting too that they were I hate that I'm going to do this, but Anasta said it, that there's the thing, it's kind of like an unspoken thing. You have to cuddle your halves. And he was talking about Flanagan in particular, talking about the Bulldogs and all that bullshit that they sort of went on before he came back into the side. Yeah. And it's a good point because that it plays to exactly what you just said in regards to you need to look after players, and know when to look after them and then when to sort of approach them a different way, perhaps. It is interesting.
And I think Ricky Stewart has an issue with that, or has in the past anyway, where he'll go to his halves and he'll be like, you know, we've got to be doing this, and this. But if your half can't do those things, like, look, I could tell a halfback what they need to do. It doesn't mean I can do it, you know. Otherwise, I'd be out there doing it. If your player can't do those things, it doesn't matter what you tell them to do. But you can suggest things. You could be like, oh, you know what? I reckon I reckon you can see this in their lineup. What do you think? And make them make that decision. And it's, as you say, it's empowering them to be the one that goes out there on the field, and instead of thinking, well, I'm doing what my coach tells me to do, they're like, you know what? I've got this other team. I've got their number. I know what I need.
Yeah, I'd love to go to like their video review sessions. I think that would be really cool, like to at the Storm or the Roosters, or South or wherever Bennett is too. Like I think just to see what they sort of touch on and what they talk about and things like that. I'd love to have that kind of insight.
I know when I've watched documentaries about the Great Britain Rugby League team, and you see their pre-game speeches and things like that, and it is like from like 60 years ago. They're like, oh, go out there and smash them and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what are you just doing? Like, this isn't football anymore. This is football a long time ago. And and then you see like a modern day coach who will go around to each player, and they'll they might not even be talking about football to them. They might be like, you know, how you feeling? You know, or oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there today. It might not even be talking about tactics or anything, or there might be other players that go up to when you say like, you know, watch them creeping offside because you might be able to get them around the, you know, the ruck, things like that. I think those last minute instructions would be interesting to hear.
Yeah, that's a good point. I watched an interview on Joey Manu recently and Victor Radley, funny enough, shock. And what Victor said was they were asking about like what kind of advice do you get around like how to go, what do you do, like what are you told before you go out there or preparing for a game? And he's like, Robert just tells me to be myself because everything else that we do at training it will come. He said, but just don't focus on trying to do this, trying to do that. Just be myself, play my game. And the thing that Joey said was he loves the homework that goes into marking his opposite number and things like that. Like he really enjoys that own research that he sort of does on his own off the back of what they do as a team. So I thought that was cool too, because there would obviously be personalities. Like I know Reid Marnie as well. He's a footy nerd and they love it. And you get those, but then you get some boys like Kalen Ponga, for example, who they're not as probably invested in those the intricacies that sort of then amount to the bigger things and the successful things that you see come off being like, oh, that looked easy. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
That's like Dylan Brown. He always says he doesn't watch football.
Yeah.
Like Marnie does. He said that, well. I don't watch it. I do it for a job. I don't want to go home and watch it.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's everyone's different, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's interesting that, and that's what I wanted out the Benji Marshall show that they did. I wanted to see Benji Marshall do a show where forget segments, forget guests, forget all that sort of crap. Have someone on if you want to have someone on to talk footy with, but sit down with video and say, you know what, if you watch what this team's doing and look at this part here, you see that as a halfback, that's what I'm looking for. You know, is this guy does this guy start sliding when I go to the line? You know, because if he starts sliding, I might be able to send a straight runner at him. And you know, things like that, that's what I want to see from a Benji Marshall show. Because I agree with you. There would be some people that would break down their opposition player and say, you know what, he's not good. If you dummy the ball, he just stutter steps and that's enough because then he starts going backwards instead of sliding and things like that. I find those players interesting, but at the same time, I could see where you get other players that it's like, forget all that, chuck the dude the football, and it's just all instinct. And it's either one can be effective, you know?
Yeah.
Like my guess would be that with a Greg Inglis, it's just all instinctive, and he could turn up on any football field at his best, not know the opposition, and just it's like the computer in his head just works it out immediately.
It just happens, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I think you would get other players that, and I think we've probably seen them in the past, that they're maybe not the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, any of that, but they study the game and they and it turns them into an asset because of it. So,
yeah.
It's
a rare combination of that instinct and also, being able to go through the plays and what they run through at training. But then when nothing's on, just finding that option that's just there. And it's just, there's no thought. It just happens. Like it's reactive. It's a special, we don't see it. Like, I think there's only a couple of players every decade who really have that. And if you're lucky enough to have them in your side, brilliant to watch. Even you respect him when you play him too. So it's cool.
Like you can't teach Benji Marshall what he did. No one can.
No.
It's just no one can do that. You can't teach how you look at a Darren Lockyer. He was never the biggest, the strongest, the fastest.
No.
But the computer that guy had in his head that dealt with football, he would run past faster players. He would overpower stronger players. He would outsmart smart players. That's part of what I love about this game is that
me too.
You can see those players and it doesn't matter how you prepare for. You can't prepare for Greg Inglis when he's on. No one can. It's over. And that's what makes rugby league beautiful to me. That it's the best sport in the world. I love it. Anyway, we've had an amazing episode, some awesome footy talk there. I want to thank you both for coming on. You're always welcome on the podcast anytime. Jay's been on a number of times. Jayme, you're going to end up being a regular, I can tell. I love talking footy.
I'd love to, yeah.
It'd be
Thanks,
great.
we've had a great time. It's been fun.
That's great. And for everyone listening, we will be back in the next couple of days with an episode, probably on Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'll definitely record something on Sunday. If Andrew can't be on, I'll bring Jayme on if she wants to come on. We'll see.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks, everyone, for listening, and we'll catch you soon.
See ya.
Palmerbet with the big don't argue. Punters will love that. Download our app today and enjoy tackle busting benefits with great odds, more markets and same game multi every NRL match at Palmerbet. Gamble responsibly. For Gamblers' Help, call 1-800-858-858.